I'm Josh Evans, and I love to help businesses build the right culture within their organizations so they can be more profitable. Do you want more engaged employees? Do you want your company to be more productive? Well, I'm going to show you how to do that. And I'm going to share with you the tools that I've used with hundreds of companies varying in size from 60,000 person conglomerates down to 5-person teams. So get ready and join me so we can build the right culture for your business. Hi, I'm Josh Evans, and welcome back to my show. And if you're new to joining us, it's a show about helping organizations develop the most phenomenal cultures they can. Yeah, there's some stuff in here about personal development. There's some stuff in here about professional development. There's some stuff about engagement. But my main focus is to help every single organization, every company extract the very best from their employees, right? To be worthy of that sort of inspiration from their teams. And I was thinking about it because I came across a phenomenal individual recently. And I can get a permission to use her name, so I'm not going to use her name. But and after a conversation, I'll give you the details in a minute, but after a conversation, I realized that if anybody, whether it's an individual or an organization or a bakery or, Fortune 500 corporation, if you want significant results, you need to be significantly better. Everybody wants phenomenal results. Everybody wants to do well. But unless you're doing something significantly better than somebody else, you're just mediocre. Now, if you were to ask the average person, are you above average? Everybody would say yes. Everybody wants to believe they're above average, but average is literally just that. It's the middle of the road. I mean, it's practically the median, right? But it's an average. So that means that whoever really is actually average, half the population's below you, and half the population's better than you. And so, if you want significant results, you need to be significantly better in whatever you're trying to do. That's it. If I wanted to be a phenomenal soccer player, if I wanted to have significant results on the soccer field, and between you and I haven't played soccer in 12 years. I did one time in the past 12 years, and I practically passed out from exhaustion. It was ridiculous. But if I wanted to be a phenomenal soccer player, if I wanted to be significant on the soccer field, I would need to practice my tail off. I would need to become significantly better. Unless I become significantly better than the other people on the field, I'm just going to be sitting there playing defense because there's no way I'm going to be able to pass better. There's no way I'm going to be able to shoot better or run faster. If you want significant results, you need to be significantly better. Now, the reason that I thought about all of this, right, and it's a crazy idea, and I can't believe this. It works so well. So this woman who I recently had the honor of working with, she asked me to come in and do a speech, right, about re-engaging your work and being enthusiastic in the workplace. I said, absolutely. And then she told me it was at this really high-end steak restaurant. I was like, okay, that's neat. I've spoken to hospitality staff before and to restaurant staff before. She's like, oh, no, this isn't for staff. And it turns out this woman is the corporate event planner for this really high-end restaurant, where she reaches out to all the people that plan big corporate events and Christmas parties and catering things, and she wanted to get them excited about her steakhouse so that they could start planning their Christmas parties there or having her and her organization cater their big events or their executive meetings. And it was a really cool idea. In fact, I've never heard of anybody doing this from a restaurant's perspective of hosting this big event, where she did this phenomenal thing where she goes, I'm getting all of my favorite things together. So she had like her favorite chocolates and coffees and drinks and her favorite speaker. I was on her list as her favorite speaker. And I was like, I'm a favorite thing, right? That's awesome. I mean, one day I can be one of Oprah's favorite things, but that's a whole nother discussion. Nevertheless, this woman brings me in to do that. And we all hang out, we do some networking, we meet, and then I have, 100 corporate event planners surrounding me in this really nice restaurant, and I do my thing, right? I get out there and I talk about how to be engaged and how to reclaim your enthusiasm and how to really recommit to what you're doing in your work. And you start to see people's eyes light up. And these people, these corporate event planners that were in the room, right? They all work for these large major companies. They're always the ones that plan events. Every single one of them has to go back to work, and they plan a big extravagant event like a Christmas party or an end-of-year party or an executive retreat, and they plan the entire thing, and they get all the details perfectly correct, and then they leave. These are a whole bunch of people that have never gotten to be part of an event. They build them all the time, but they never actually got to be an attendee. And so it was amazing by this ingenious woman at this really nice high-end steak restaurant was ingenious by her. She's like, I want to throw an event for them, right? It's something that they would not only really appreciate, but would stick out on their mind, right? She wanted to be significant to them. She wanted to help them feel great. And that's why she's going to do so well. That's why she's going to be booked, I'm sure, all through winter, because if you want significant results, you need to be significantly better. And her effort to bring all these people out and throw them a party for the event planners is significantly different from how everybody else is marketing to them or trying to get their money or trying to get them to do business with them. She focused on them. It was significantly better. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's kind of a wild idea to think that these people, they plan all these events all over the world, right? All over the place. And then they don't actually get to attend, right? They get everything set up and they get everything prepped, right? And the doors are ready to open. And then they have to hop over and start working on the next event. I mean, it's like you're always preparing for a party, but you're never attending a party. Imagine that for a moment. But then all of a sudden says, you know what? For all the people that just prepare parties, I'm going to throw you a party. And it was so cool. It was neat to watch them engage. I was talking to these people afterwards, and we were talking about not just my presentation, but how they felt so honored that they had never had anybody do this for them. They felt very special because of it. And I realized that this woman who put this thing on, right, the one that's in charge of all the events, right, the corporate events that they do at this really, really high-end steak restaurant, the woman that's in charge of it, I realized that she is just unbelievably excellent. I mean, and I use that word without verbosity. She saw something very special that she could do for other people, and she chose to go after it. It's amazingly different. It's amazingly phenomenal, right? If you want significant results, you have to be significantly better. And this woman is significantly better about serving her clientele. And it was awe-inspiring to me. So now I'm on a kick to figure out how I can serve people better too. But I wanted to share this story. And so how can you really approach this situation? How can you do something like this to be significantly better? How can you obtain these significant results, right? Well, I kind of boiled it down to a couple of different things here, right? So first, surround yourself with excellence. Surround yourself with other people that are doing excellent things, right? Because excellence inspires more excellence. I'll give you an example. I don't know if anybody plays golf. I rarely play. I used to play a lot. I rarely get to play now. But when I go out and play, if I play with people that are playing golf a lot better than me, somehow my game gets a lot better, right? If I'm playing with a group of people that's shooting in like the mid 80s, I'll be in the mid or high 80s. I can actually start to get back to where I used to be, right? But if I'm playing with somebody that's just, kicking the ball, right, shooting in the 3 digits, that's where I'm going to shoot. We all play up to the levels of the people around us. So make it an effort to really focus on surrounding yourself with people of excellence, right? Because when other people are trying to do significant things, it makes it a lot easier for you to be like, yeah, I should be doing significant things too. It's the little reminder subconsciously because they're around you. That's why whoever's on your team is that important, right? The people that we work with on a day-to-day basis, the people we choose to spend our time with too, have a huge, huge impact on who we actually are and how we actually go about getting results, right? So the next thing, right? And I hesitate to say this, right, because I think this could be taken the wrong way. You have to compare. You have to assess where you currently are. Now, I'm not saying compare, your success to other people's success. I don't think that that's valuable, right? It's your success. And I think that's hard to be content if you're comparing something you've obtained, right, or achieved to somebody else's achievement. I don't think you should do that. But when I say compare and assess the work that you're doing. How does it stand up against everybody else that's been doing that work? How does it stand up to the other people that are currently doing work similar to that? Right. So this woman at Morton's, if she were to compare her work with the other people that work at there's another really nice restaurant 2 blocks down the street on the other side of the road, and if she was to compare herself with them, I bet she's doing a way more phenomenal job. I bet that other restaurant didn't invite all these event planners over and had a party for them out of pocket. Like, that's crazy, right? It's amazing. I'll give you another example. So one of the properties that I own, I had a couple of contractors there. I like to have contractors overlapping at the house to get everything done when they can. And so I had like a guy working on trim, right? Like molding, or maybe it was baseboard molding. I don't remember if it was. Anyway, it was probably baseboard molding. But he's going through the baseboard molding, and then I had another guy patching drywall. right? So they're going through all this stuff, and one's patching drywall, and one's doing the molding. And I showed up, and I heard this like discussion between them, and one of them's like, "Hey, check out this perfect, seamless blending of those two pieces of wood. Check that out." And apparently, it had to splice the wood, right, or it had to bring two pieces of wood together in the middle of a wall because of a long wall. And the crazy thing is, it looked amazing. And he was like, "What's up?" And he was almost egging on excellence from the person next to him, right? He was comparing himself to the person doing drywall. And then the drywall guy's like, "Oh yeah, check this out. I'm going to do a perfect flow to this." And he goes to do this drywall, and he feels like he has to up his game because he had this other person next to him. They're comparing their work now, like, "Oh no, I'm better. No, I'm better." And you start building. You start playing to that level. It's great, right? Lastly, so if you want significant results, if you want to be significantly better, significantly different, if you want to be significant, you have to do something different. You have to do something different. Do something that other people aren't doing. That's what you have to do. Or like what Joanna Gaines and her husband, I forgot his name, their business cards are actually little seed packets, right? Where like if you plant the business card kind of disintegrates, it turns into fertilizer, and then the seeds that are embedded in the card actually start to grow. Now, see, that's genius. That's something so different. Who does that? That's phenomenal. I met another guy. Check this out. He runs the sales team for a minor league team here in my hometown. A minor league team, and it's a cool stadium. And I went there. I met him one time at a luncheon or something like that. We started talking, and he hands me his business card. And his business card is it looks like I might have it here now. It looks like a ticket to the baseball game. I was like, "Oh, that's cool. It looks like a ticket to get into your stadium." He's like, "No, it is. It's 2 complimentary tickets on that." So I met this guy, and he gives me his business card. But his business card is something totally I've never seen before. It's also a gift, right? He gave me 2 free tickets to this baseball game. I was like, "That's awesome. Can I get 2 more? Can I get 2 more of your business cards?" Yeah, and he did. And so I got 6 free tickets to baseball games because this guy is doing something totally different from everybody else. Right? If you want significant results, you need to be significantly better. You need to be significantly different. You need to go out there, and maybe this is even a lesson for myself. We need to do something significantly different. So there's 3 things again, real quick. All right, first, surround yourself with excellence. Second, take time to compare your work and what you're doing in the moment to what other people are doing at that time as well. Don't compare successes. Don't compare achievements. Compare what you're doing, right? Compare your efforts. Then third, do something different. Do something amazing. All right? Now, okay, recently I got this letter from a woman here, so let me pull it up. So, it says, "Hi, Josh. I'm on a team of 3 people, and one of us is going to be promoted soon. I don't know how to stand out and how to make myself the best candidate for this position. Any advice? Kim." You know, Kim, I totally know where you're at. I think everybody has aspirations to be somewhere better. You know what I mean? And so I applaud you for kind of reaching out to try and figure out what to do. That's a great thing. But you asking this question, I got to be honest, it might hurt a little bit. You asking this question makes me think that you haven't been trying to be better than everybody else before now, right? Like so all of a sudden there's going to be a vacuum, right? Maybe this person's leaving or getting promoted, and they're looking to backfill this position. If you're not already focused on how you're going to be better in that role than the other candidates, then you're already on your back foot. What you need to do is start standing out in your position now. Because if y'all are even, you didn't say anything about this, but if y'all are like at an even level, pay-wise and experience-wise, then what it's going to really come down to is your effort, right? Doing something extraordinary, being better than them. Well, the cream rises to the top. I mean, they say that for a reason, right? The best people at what they do rise up to management. And what you should also do, and this is just a whole nother thing, right? If you're gonna be doing that, right, and trying to stand out a little bit, right, find out what are 5 things you can do that they aren't doing that are beneficial to your business. What are 5 things that you can do that the other 2 people that are on your team aren't doing right now, right? That's something different you can do, something beyond. Next, coming back to that surround yourself with excellence, why don't you spend time with your current manager before they move on, whether it's internally or externally, but spend time with them and try to take workload off of them. Make yourself invaluable to them now, and then when they leave, you're still going to be invaluable, and hopefully that'll push you up into that position. So, if I were you, I would look at how I can stand out from the rest of the people, and I would look for opportunities to be significantly better, right? Whether it's working harder, staying later, contacting more clients, getting whatever it is that you do. You didn't give me your job title. And then trying to take on extra tasks, right? Because if you can prove your excellence in this role, easily people will say, okay, well, she'd be excellent in this higher level role. So take that how you will. Think about it. And then, get back to me. I'd love to hear how it goes, Kim. I really would. Anyway, everybody out there, if you're like Kim, if you're in a position where you need some way to stand out, thinking about it's not going to help. You need to actually act. You need to take on additional tasks. You need to work harder. You need to work smarter. But do both. Don't just work smarter, right? You need to actually be different from the other people. That's the only way to stand out, is to actually be different from the other people around you. All right? So if you want significant results in your business or in your life or on your team, you need to be significantly better. That's it. Well, hey, I'm Joshua M. Evans, and if anybody wants to check me out, you can check out my website, joshuamevans.com, or you can email me at info@joshuamevans.com. And check me out on Facebook and Twitter at enthusiasticyou, YOU, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. See y'all later.